Scott Holtzman, 12-2 MMA, 5-2 UFC, now owns a 3-fight winning streak after using vicious elbows to knock out a game Alan Patrick, 15-2 MMA, 5-2 UFC. The lightweight bout was part of the preliminary card of today's UFC 229 event at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. It aired on FS1 following additional prelims on UFC Fight Pass and ahead of the main card on pay-per-view. Holtzman looked the sharper striker at the start of the contest, pushing his opponent to the cage with powerful kicks and punches. Patrick tried to answer with speed and movement, using angles to land strikes from the outside. Holtzman loaded up on several big haymakers as he advanced but struggled to find the mark. His kicks, however, did continue to land clean. Patrick's striking did open a small cut by Holtzman's left eye, and blood trickled down his face in the closing minute. However, a perfectly timed low kick swept Patrick to the floor, and Holtzman happily jumped on top. Patrick did his best to tie things up from bottom position, but Holtzman did sneak in a few big punches before the bell, though he was nearly surprised by an acrobatic up kick from the floor just before the bell. In the second, Patrick tried to toss out several acrobatic attacks, but Holtzman evaded well and returned fire. Holtzman was the man moving forward, thought he was forced to respect his opponent firing the advances. Holtzman eventually was able to push inside and drag Patrick to his back, landing a few punches before being forced to escape an attack on his legs. Once he spun free, Holtzman settled back into his opponent's guard and landed a huge elbow before Patrick was able to scramble back to his feet, where they exchanged strikes until the bell. Patrick was energized to start the third, rushing forward and looking to strike. Holtzman handled the initial charge well, answering with a big right hand. Patrick switched stances and looked for an opening, eventually landing a few clean left hands. However, Holtzman absorbed them well and found a home for a few right hands of his own, including one that sent his foe to the floor. Holtzman hopped on top and tried to finish with punches but wisely paused to establish firm position on top when his opponent recovered. Patrick was lively from his back, looking for options to regain some momentum. But Holtzman was able to push his advances aside and worked back to mount before delivering a few crushing ground and pound blows that left Patrick out cold at the 3:42 mark of the final round.